Next up is another student, Chance, if you're somewhere around here. There you are. Thanks.
Hello everyone, I'm Chance Jennings. I'm a 4-year nursing major here, one of the more unit-intensive majors. To go to the whole, it's not a good idea to focus on students past 60 units. I got 84 units to complete here before I finish. Unfortunately, a lot of that's going to be over in the U building that they're about to tear down. So I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to be here with you. So I'm here advocating for everyone's classes, including the career and technical programs, which sometimes seem to get kind of pushed aside by us transfer students. You know, they're a very important part of this campus too. And we need to address those issues. We need to increase our sections and increase the quality of our education by not increasing the size of our classes. There's been some talk about increasing online, so-called hybrid classes that are a combination, you know, that meet once every 3 weeks here and everything else is online. There's a lot of us students who don't have access to computers or good internet access, and starting with the fall semester, they've actually cut the hours for various learning centers around campus that provide some of us with access to these classes. So until they want to address the access issue, providing more online classes is not really a way to increase sections cheaply and perhaps get more work out of those full-time teachers that are currently here. There's going to be a meeting with those of us students and Dr. Rocha at 3 p.m. I'd really like to encourage a lot of you to come to that meeting and voice your opinions personally. Maybe tell your stories to Dr. Rocha. Because the one thing that this rally shows is that not enough of us are standing up here and engaging in this dialogue with both sides and communicating just to the president especially how much these issues mean to us and how much they mean to all of us. So if you guys could please meet us in that President Rocha's office, 3 p.m. today, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, next I'd like to invite a student to speak who's been working closely this whole semester on this issue. We have Brian Travis.
It's good to see you ladies and gentlemen here today. My name is Brian Travis, and I'd just like to make 2 quick comments about all the commentary I've heard today. I'm a new student here on campus. This is my first semester, and I was fortunate enough to crash classes and be a full-time student this semester. But unfortunately, it looks like with Dr. Rocha's consideration of cutting 700 sections, that might not be the issue for me next semester. And unfortunately, it's not most likely going to be the situation for you guys, for ourselves and I, who need those classes. I am brand new to this campus, so I haven't taken a political science course, but I'd like to send a message to my student trustee. Not knowing anything about political science, or knowing very little, I know this about political science. The politics of not having a class means being here an extra year. And the politics of not having a class means not becoming the educated individual I need to be to contribute to my society. I walked here today along the tennis courts, and all along this perimeter of this campus, we have banners that say student success. I thought about that today, and I thought it was really funny that for the president of this campus to consider cutting 700 sections, how does that equal student success? That demolishes students. I'm not going to get my courses. I can't become an educated citizen in this society. So I think that to cut 700 sections and/or to not increase sections to meet those needs, you might as well change those banners to destroy students. Because I'm not getting my classes. I'm not becoming who I need to be at a community college, which the taxpayers pay for. I'm entitled to it. And I'm so happy you guys are here. I'm glad that you guys are rallying with us. Thank you so much.
Okay, before we invite our last speaker up here to speak, I would really encourage all of you, come to any of us who have participated in the rally. If you have time, we have all of the documents from PCC's budget on the website, broken down right here to support the fact sheet that we've been distributing to students. So please come to us with any questions. And I'd like to conclude by introducing our last speaker, student Frank Luna.
What's up? This issue, it shouldn't be about classes. It shouldn't be about adding classes. It shouldn't be about cutting classes. It's about voice. Why is the president of the school reaching out to students now? Why is the student trustee talking to us now? Finals are next week. In fact, student trustee Nolan Pack stood here a couple minutes ago and he said, "Hi, as you all know, I'm student trustee Nolan Pack." No, we don't know. I was under the impression that our student representatives were supposed to be representatives. But for the 300 or so votes that got them elected, I think the representation of the thousands and thousands and thousands of students here is lacking. And we don't know these things because the students are ignored. We have a serious disconnect on this campus between faculty and students, and we have a serious disconnect on this campus between our representatives and the students. Mr. Pack spoke about the propaganda being the microcosm of American politics. No, ignoring the constituents is the microcosm of American politics. Because long after our AS is gone, and long after this president is gone, and long after this board of trustees is gone, the student body will still be here, because this is a public institution that is here to serve the interests of the students. The most disheartening part of this is all the money talk. One side says, we have the funds. It says here in this budget. The other side says, no, we don't have the funds. It's here in this budget. And there's so much shouting over it, when we can just have the two sides sit down and talk about it. It's called dialogue. It's called being adults rather than bureaucrats. It's called being normal people. No one likes a politician.
Thank you, Frank. And on that note, dialogue today with the President Rocha at 3 p.m. Please come and talk to us all. Everyone's invited. Please come voice your opinion. But I'd like to be out here and thank everyone for coming out and caring about your education, because this is the democratic process taking place right here, right now. It doesn't take place inside the buildings, inside administrations. It takes place on the street, out here with everyone. And on that note as well, tomorrow night is the Board of Trustees meeting at 7 p.m. at the CC Lounge. The Board of Trustees, on the back of that yellow sheet we're handing out, they're the 7 individuals who essentially control the budget and make all the big decisions about PCC and your education. So tomorrow night, come out and explain your experience with the Board of Trustees and put pressure on them to add more class sections and decrease class size. Thank you.
The only thing I would like to add, I know there are questions because students don't know where our president's office is. If you go inside this building and take a left, it's right inside around the corner. So just so that you all know, I hope to see you there at 3 p.m. Thank you so much for your support.